and welcome to Jackie Nungo Show, voicing the unvoiced. When we raise awareness in the issues which arise in pregnancy and how to spot the symptoms, we can help save lives. There have been so many issues of stillbirths, there have been so many issues of miscarriages and even infertility. And with me today is somebody who is specialized in that field, and he is here with us. He's going to educate us and tell us why these things happen. Karibu.
Thank you so much. My name is Brian Uganda. I'm a registered nurse holding a degree in nursing. Worked for almost around a period of 10 years currently now. And worked in different fields actually, caring for different types of patients. And currently I work in Yanga Sub-County Hospital and medical surgical unit. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Brian. That's perfect introduction. Yeah. So let's go straight away. Brian, we want to know why there are so many causes of stillbirth and miscarriages and even infertility or childlessness. What causes this?
Okay, to begin with, you need to understand what stillbirth is. Stillbirth is a condition, it's a state whereby one loses a baby.
Yes.
It could be during pregnancy or before birth. During pregnancy, it could be during when the mother is giving birth.
Yes.
Or before birth.
Okay.
Now, the things that might cause somebody to lose a baby.
Yes.
There are very many causes that God was going to touch. Some feel that are common. Normally we experience and we see actually the clients that come even in our facility.
Okay.
Now, it's always very painful for a mother to carry a pregnancy for 9 months and then you end up losing your baby. It's traumatizing. And most of them normally they need counseling. So just as I've said, when you say a stillbirth, it means this baby during the time the baby was in the womb, the baby was just okay. And something happened in between. When the mother is giving birth or when the mother went into labor, is during the delivery, that's when they're being born. Okay. Now the common cases that we've always seen even in our facility, they die actually when they die before they are born. That is in the stomach, in the uterus, sorry. And the causes mostly that contributes to a mother having a stillbirth. Yes. We have infections. When a mother develops of infections, they might be bacterial, viral, or fungal infection, the common ones. Then this mother does not go to an hospital to seek medical intervention or treatment as fast as possible. These infections, some of them do ascend. What I mean by ascending is they go up to where the baby is in the womb. They go past the barrier, that is the placenta. The placenta acts as a barrier between the mother and the baby. So the placenta, it has this function of protecting some of the microorganisms or the germs in the simple term that might cross and get into the baby and cause an illness or interfere with the normal growth of the baby when the baby is in the womb. So when this infection keeps on growing and it attacks the barrier, that is the placental barrier, when it breaks the barrier and gets into the baby, it can cause an infection when the baby succumbs when the baby is in the uterus. The other medical conditions like diabetes, hypertension, and that's why normally when a mother conceives, we always advise the mother to come to the mother-child healthcare clinic. In the clinic, you will see in most cases we always put there's something we put on your arm, either left or right. We check the blood pressure. We normally also test your blood glucose level because, as I've said, diabetes and hypertension, these are culprits that can cause a mother to have stillbirth. The other one is also malaria. Malaria is also the commonest actually, considering we live in a malaria endemic zone.
So are the causes of stillbirth same as the causes of miscarriage?
Yeah, they go, the common, the similar, most of the causes are similar, what causes stillbirth and miscarriage, but the others that might cause, the other causes that may result into miscarriage, which are actually physical or trauma. Sometimes the mother might trip, you're walking, you trip, you hit your tummy, you're falling and then you hit your tummy first. That can cause you can result into a miscarriage. Maybe you're overworking yourself. It's part of the management that goes on when mothers experience such losses. So nowadays, we've had in our clinics, even for those hospitals that do not have such professionals, what we do, we normally do them a referral, or in some cases we might even invite them to come, because if this mother is left to go home, counseling has not been done. This mother is traumatized. Remember, the mother carried the baby from conception to probably 9 months or 6 months, 7 months. They are very excited. In most cases, they bought some clothes for the baby. That trauma of seeing those clothes, seeing other things that you prepared, the effort you put together as a family, including your husband and even the extended family, then it goes down to the drain. It's always very painful. So this person this is somebody who needs to be followed closely. They go through some counseling sessions. They're actually assisted with the healing process. Yeah, because if they're not helped through that process, they're likely to develop a psychiatric condition that we call post-traumatic stress disorder, because of the trauma of the loss to their baby. So we have counselors actually that we've incorporated in part of this the maternal child health care to help actually mothers deal with such cases.
So why is it that issues of maybe losing a baby through miscarriage or stillbirth are still a taboo issue? If you lose a baby through stillbirth or miscarriage, you'll be talked about, you'll be stigmatized. Why?
The main thing that I think is the main issue that is actually bringing all this and making it appear as a taboo, I think is lack of knowledge and ignorance amongst our people, or the people we live in the same community. So
who should instill this knowledge to our people in the community?
This knowledge, normally what happens like in the healthcare system, it's been divided into two sectors, but still under one umbrella. We have what is called the public health, and then we have the medical side. The medical normally it comprises the type of facilities like the one I'm working in. It's a level 4. We call them secondary facilities towards the tertiary level. These are hospitals that offer curative services, rehabilitative, and palliative management. But then we have the public health. The public health, they're actually so much in touch with the community. So what sometimes they do, like previously I worked in the public health sector, under the same umbrella still, we organize what we call outreaches. Outreaches, when we organize an outreach, we have, in the community, we have people called community health workers. In the normal term that people know them is Nyamrerwa. These Nyamrerwas, they know every household and the people that live in them. So if it means if there's a pregnant woman in a household, the Nyamrerwa is able to come and communicate to us. In this community or this village, I have 10 pregnant mothers. They know their gestation. If the mother is 6 months, 7 months, or 8 months, they know, and they have their contact. So that in case of anything, they always communicate to the community health workers or the Nyamreras. Then the Nyamreras, they link with us in the rural facilities, the dispensaries and the health centers. If it's something that we cannot handle at our level, we take them to a higher level. That is now the level 4. That is where I am.
Yeah.
Towards, and it reaches the maximum level 6, where is now Kenyatta National Hospital, in which is in rare cases you find a case going there for maternal cases.
Yeah. Mostly you deal with them at
Most of them are handled at that level. In the community, if probably beyond the community, it goes to level 4, maybe level 5. Yeah, so the community health workers, they have so much knowledge that we share with them, and they also go to the community and share with these mothers. Apart from that, we normally organize outreaches. In these outreaches, we use even the chiefs and the village elders to help mobilize people in the community, and we teach them, we give them the information. When you come together, you're taught the information, you give them the information. Say information is knowledge. So if I give you the information that this woman needs to do, you as a family, at some point this woman goes through emotional trauma. She needs support.
Yes.
As a husband, you're the only person that is able to, and the
yes.
closest, that is able to give this support to this woman.
Sure.
So if you had this knowledge that you shared too, when you come together, when you come to the clinic together with the woman, then it means you'll be knowledgeable, you'll be resourceful even to this woman, and you'll even share to your friends. No, today I went to the clinic. I think we need to be doing this.
Yeah, in fact,
I've learned a lot.
In fact, men are given priority.
Yeah,
You don't even go through the line.
In fact, normally even if a man comes to the hospital carrying a child, and we see the man on the bench, somebody who knows that if a healthcare worker who's in the right mind, this is a priority, the first person that you need to see before any other person. You kind of encourage them to come next time, and at least they get the services that they need. So we need the man to come together with the woman so that they help one another. Every stage they come, the things we teach, the blood tests or blood works when we do, we share with them, we tell them. We do an ultrasound. The ultrasound, we tell them the baby is at this stage, this is the baby is okay. If it's a twin pregnancy, we tell it's a twin pregnancy.
So that they work the journey together.
Yeah, if it's possible, depending on the week the mother has presented herself, be able to tell you the sex of the baby so that you prepare. Are we expecting a male or a female? Okay. And you help one another. You giving the woman will be have so much strength, knowing I have somebody who's going to help me. But if this was just left as for the woman as a burden,
it's heavy. It's heavy always.
Remember, she also needs to come and cook. She needs to come and wash the clothes. So in the clinic, we also teach men. When she's pregnant, cook for her sometimes. Just take your time and put today I'm making this. I'm cooking dinner. Wow. You just rest. And then tomorrow, I'm bathing actually the children. I'll take them to school. You just have a rest. It helps the woman actually be at peace, and these are some of the things that will prevent the woman from having a stillbirth. Because remember, he talked of overworking. So when you reduce the workload by assisting in some of the house costs, you're going to reduce the workload towards the woman's side, and you're going to reduce the risk factors of this woman
training and all that.
Having a stillbirth.
Whoa. Let's tackle a last question on the miscarriages and stillbirths. After miscarriage and stillbirth, mostly one is told to wait for 6 months. Why do people insist on this 6 months period?
Normally
before conception.
Okay. Normally it's not kind of like we insist, but for us to come to that point where we tell you wait for this period, the minimum 6 months, times might be more. Remember, once the process of conceiving, carrying the pregnancy, giving birth, this is a natural process that entails a lot of changes that takes place in the body of a woman. So for you to be able to have another baby, you need to give yourself time for your body to recover from all the stress it went through and return to normalcy.
Even the mind.
And the mind. Because at 6 months, that is the average. You expect the minimum that at least a woman will have actually healed and should have returned to her pregnant state before your body recovers. Because your body need to recover, gets actually the nutrients that you lost, like your body is healing up, you're healing up. Then once you actually restore back to normalcy, then you're able to now conceive and carry another pregnancy safely until delivery. Yeah, that's why we talk of the 6 months and the minimum side, because people everybody's anatomy is different. One woman's anatomy is different from another. You cannot have the same. So your healing process will depend on a lot of factors. So the minimum is a 6 months period, but sometimes we say more than 6 months. Just the same way when you're done a cesarean section, we tell you wait at least 2 years and above, so that after 2 years we are sure that your uterus has completely healed and it is now ready to receive another pregnancy. If you conceive before at least the 2 year period, the risk of you having what we call a ruptured uterus is very high, because when the pregnancy extends and the uterus normally stretches, it stretches to the maximum. When it goes to the maximum and you've not waited for at least 2 years, you're not healed, what will happen? It will rupture. It's like blowing in pressure in a balloon until it cannot contain any longer, it bursts. So that's what happens when you do not give your body time. Okay.
Wow, we've dwelled so much into miscarriages and stillbirths. Could we say something about infertility? What's infertility and what causes infertility?
Infertility is the inability of a woman to get pregnant for a period of about 1 year. Putting in mind this person that they've been having a couple and they've been having unprotected sex for more than 1 year or 1 year plus, and they're not able to conceive. This could be on both sides. It could be the man also can be infertile in a way that the man is unable to impregnate a woman for a period of almost more than 1 year or 1 year plus, considering mind they're having unprotected sex, and there is no issue of a contraceptive in between. Because remember, sometimes you might be doing this, but probably you're going through a contraceptive, either the man or the woman. This has to be, there's no contraception in between, and both of you are just assume the presumed normal.
Okay, so is this also supposed to be lack of knowledge? Because you find there are so many cases of childlessness, and the woman is always being fought, the woman is always being blamed.
That is actually, looking at the society actually that we live in, this has happened so much, and so there are options that should be given on the table. If plan A fails, there's a plan B and there's a plan C. So first, you need to go to the hospital. If you've had this, you've actually stayed for more than 1 year, you've been trying, it's not possible, and you've not been using any contraception, you go to the hospital, you've seen a consultant. For the woman, you have gynecologist. Man can go to a physician or gynecologist. Will actually help to identify where the problem is, and then you assist her.
So can stress cause infertility?
There are cases that stress can cause, because remember, when you have stress, there are hormones that your body is producing. And remember, most of the things actually that happens within your body, even for you to have feelings, sometimes for you to be angered, get angry, there are hormones that your body produces, and it gets you into that state. And these hormones, the others, when they're produced, they interfere with the function of other hormones in your body. So that's why, just apart from the stress that we say might cause infertility, stress can also cause you to develop even hypertension in any other thing. So that's why we say for you, being in a state of mind that you're free from any other stressful factor is a positive sign towards you being able to get a baby for the both of you. Because if you're trying to get a baby and one party probably is stressed, it means it might interfere with the whole process. Because this is a process that is taking place in your body, and it's something that needs to take place without any interference. So anything that interferes with that process from the start to the end, it means your end result, you're not going to achieve it. Your goal will not be met. The egg comes in, then it's implanted in the uterus. When your tube has some, maybe you had a disease that actually caused hardening. The tube, they're normally soft. The lining are very soft. If something causes it to harden, and it goes and blocks. It's like the tube, then something goes and it blocks. Once it blocks, it means the egg cannot pass. And if it cannot pass, it means you cannot get a baby, and you'll be infertile. For the men, it could be abnormal. We have some diseases. Maybe it could be during childbirth, or maybe when you're growing, or maybe later something else. Maybe you had an illness that affected the normal production of what we call the sperms that makes that is able to fertilize an egg.
Can happen at birth.
Yeah, some are born with it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some problems of infertility. Some people are born with the problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, let's handle a last one. I've seen cases whereby a lady or a woman has a baby. Then maybe trying after another 4 years or 3 years, she's not able to conceive, and not at all, and just like that. What happens?
Yeah, I remember we talked about secondary infertility.
Yes.
And this could be one of the causes of making the woman being unable to conceive for a second time. Now, such people need to actually visit a hospital so that we try to establish what could have actually caused.
Okay, most of them you hear them say or talk about contraceptives. Could the issue be somewhere there? Or?
Yeah, the cases where we've had delayed infertility because of contraceptives. The common one that has been associated with this problem is what we call the Depo-Provera. It's an injection.
The 3 months.
Yeah, the one that women get injection for 3 months. So especially the police expert that says when you use it at least for 2 years consecutively without interruption, there's a risk of you having a delayed infertility.
Let me stop you there. I've also had, when we go to clinics and such like things, such visits, you hear women talking. Mi depo nasikia ni ya wanyama, hii depo hata ifai kuwa kwa hospitali and such like things. Can you clarify or just shed light on that? Just clear that.
Yeah, no, it gives us it makes us actually, or it gives us a notion that there is somewhere in the community that we need to reach with a certain information to change this perception.
Exactly.
Yeah, because Depo-Provera, this is a hormonal. It's a hormonal contraceptive, just like the other one that we do in SAT that takes 3 years or 5 years, or the ones we swallow, we call them the pills.
Yes.
They're all hormonal.
Okay.
When I talk of hormonal, they have hormones. Hormones, these hormones, they're actually found in the woman's body.
Okay.
Yeah. We have what we call progesterone, and we have what we call estrogen. Each of these hormones have their functions in the body. Depo-Provera has progesterone.
Okay.
Progesterone is a hormone you have inside you as a woman.
Okay.
So that myth of this is from animals should be taken out. Because even cows do have progesterone. Normally, most of these drugs, what happens? I think the nationwide people think maybe it's from animals. What happens? Most of the drugs, when they're actually developed, the stages that we test the effectiveness before they introduced into consumptions by humans. Because we don't want a situation or a scenario where we're using a human being to test drugs on them and something fails. That will actually cause it can cause some jittery other people, and many people can actually go to jail because of that.
Yeah.
So normally we use animals.
Okay.
Yeah, probably that's why, because some people say that
Okay.
they're coming from animals. No, they actually tested animals, but remember from getting pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, those that actually have estrogen. Estrogen also has its own function to prevent your eggs from what we call ovulation and process. So it's actually a process that takes place.
Wow. So, as a last sentence, what can Brian tell us or say in relation to all this?
In summary, I know we talked about a lot. We shared a lot from miscarriage, which is also abortion.
Yes.
We talked of infertility. Make some a comment that is actually injurious to somebody.
Yes.
Please, we have hospitals that actually there's a health policy that was developed that at least every 6 kilometers from the place you stay, you need to have a hospital. You can always come in, just make an inquiry. Sometimes it does not necessarily mean that you need to be sick for you to come to the hospital.
Okay.
Sometimes just come and
visit. Okay.
and get information that you're not sure of, because having incorrect information might cause harm and damage to a wider population or a community, and it might even affect the way people take or consume. You know, this is just the same way you can go to a shop and you buy goods. This is also, we're providing you with services which actually goods you're consuming, so that you get the best. And the best that you're getting, we expect is going to promote health, prevent illness, and alleviate suffering within the community, a family, or an individual. Yeah.
Wow, that was exclusive. Thank you so much, Brian, for this.
Welcome,
I've learned so much personally. I hope you too have. That's it for our video today. Until next time, goodbye. We are done, Brian. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.